I just got back from an amazing event. We had a birthday dinner for a friend. Good food, good people, good time. However, on the drive back, just to be 100% honest, I started to feel a little bit of anxiety. Why? Because it was raining. Now, it's natural for it to rain, but every now and then, rain is a trigger. Back in 2013, my family and I, we were leaving Disney World and we were driving on a freshly paved area, stretch of highway, and we started to hydroplane and we lost control of our vehicle. The vehicle spun around from the far left lane all across the highway. It was almost as if it was in slow motion, like I could almost see just memories flash before my eyes. We were able to clear all 3 lanes or 4 lanes, and then we hit a guardrail. And as soon as we hit the guardrail, it caused the vehicle to jerk, and then it began to tumble, but almost in slow motion, because I actually counted 1, 2, 3, boom, and we landed right side up. All 4 wheels dug down into the ground at a lower part of the embankment. And even when I was hydroplaning, I remember it happened slow, but it happened fast at the same time. But I just remember a feeling where it almost felt free. You know, the vehicle just kind of slid across the highway. Every now and then when it rains really hard, I think back to that memory. Fortunately, my pregnant wife and 2 children, we were all able to walk away from that accident without any major injuries. Even when we delivered our baby girl, months later, she was born healthy, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Now, when it comes to life, sometimes we just hydroplane. It's like we move and we think that it feels freeing. When we started to hydroplane, I felt my vehicle slide. It felt as if I was sliding on ice. It felt smooth. It felt like there was no resistance, but that hydroplaning led to us getting into an accident. Now, why did we hydroplane? Because remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. One thing that I did say was that the road was freshly paved. That meant that it was a lot smoother than other parts of the highway. And what I realized is as we're on this journey in life, a lot of times we try to avoid every bump in the road. We try to avoid any type of friction, any type of resistance, but it is that friction, it is that resistance that allows us to dig into life, that allows us to grow, that sometimes maybe stops us in that moment so that we can examine where we really are, especially if we're in a season of transition and change. But what happens is we try to avoid it. We try to avoid the obstacles. We try to avoid those moments of pressure. We try to avoid all of the conflict, and I get it. Nobody loves those things. However, we got to understand that they too serve a purpose. It's that friction that allows us to dig in, that allow those tires with that good tread to dig into the road. That way we don't lose control. It will rain. It will storm. And what happens when it rains? That water starts to fill all the crevices on the road, and that friction starts to decrease. So when you, like us, are driving on that road, sometimes we may lose control. When you start to hydroplane, you can try to loosen up on the steering wheel, relax your body. However, your control of that vehicle is limited. It just breaks down to momentum, speed, and direction. But when it comes to us in life, we do have to embrace some of the hardships. Now, some of these hardships are challenging. Some of these hardships make you question just living life. I don't get it because I want to respect those that are really going through it. Okay, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I understand what you're going through, but I do know in some cases, it's that friction, it's that resistance, it's that pressure, it's that conflict that allows us to dig in. That way we could stay rooted on our path. So I want us to embrace those moments. It doesn't feel good, but once again, embrace those moments. Now remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker, and I want you to have an amazing day.